Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Licensing Corner. First of all, I really want to say thank you to each and every one of yours for giving me such wonderful feedbacks on my content. I'm really excited that you guys are liking my content, and it's so overwhelming to see all your feedbacks and your responses from to keep going on the candid chats for my licensing one-on-one. uh, it has been really overwhelming to get all those responses and positive feedbacks. I'm so glad that you guys are liking my content, and this is just my way of giving back to the society and my licensing community, where I've learned a lot over this period of time. And I think it's one industry which is only and only going to grow in India, because brand partnerships are never going to end, brand extensions are never going to end, and monetizing your brand is the key thing for any brands to grow, right? So without further ado, for all those people who don't know me, hi, this is Rutika, Malaviya, founder, publisher, and editor-in-chief for Licensing Corner magazine, and also for a YouTube channel, The Licensing Corner. Today, you have been seeing the kind of videos we have done in the past, which talks about brand extensions, brand licensing. I did a lot of candid chats with, a lot of designers and other guests. We do a lot of candid chats as well, where you understand the success stories and how brands are working towards extending their brand, and get some experts advice from that end as well. There will be many more candid chats to come, but for today, we are going to talk on the basics. Today, we are going to jump straight to the licensing, and we're going to talk about what is licensing, the legal definition of it, how licensing works, who is a licensee and a licensor, and what are the genres of the licensing. So, moving on first to a licensing. What is licensing all about? Well, licensing is nothing but a piece of agreement that you sign through a licensee or a licensor. Okay, so the official definition for the licensing will be: a license is an agreement through which a licensee leases out the rights to legally protected piece of intellectual property, which is your IP, from a licensor, that is your IP owner. It means the entity that owns the IP, okay, or represents the property for the use in conjunction to a product or a services. Now, what this means is, suppose you are one particular brand owner, say XYZ, and you are a manufacturer or a retailer. What you do is, in order to increase your product sales or whatever your business model is all about, you take a license of a brand XYZ, produce the product or a service for both of you all, and there is an agreement which has been signed that gives you the rights that you are the official licensee to produce that XYZ product. Okay, that's what licensing agreement and licensing is all about. Licensing is also defined as a process in which you lease a trademark or a copyright of a property. Okay, now that if you use it to create a product or a service or a promotional deals, it is all subject to what you are into as a licensee. Okay, so the person you take this rights from is the licensor. The person who takes, or individual who takes the license, is the licensee. Now, this kind of property could be anything like name, likeness, logo, graphic designs, arts, paintings, signatures of a lot of celebrities are being licensed. A lot of celebrity themselves license their brand name. Characters, which you see a lot of animated characters and cartoon characters, comics, um, or it could be a combination of all of these three couple of things. Okay, all of this, or it could be the combination of all these elements. So now you'll ask me, what is the benefit for a licensee to take a license, or what is the benefit for a licensor? So let's just talk about the benefits for a licensor. For a licensor, licensing your brand increases your revenue, It gives you a brand extensions. It increases your consumer affinities and brand enhancement. It also helps you to develop product and do the marketing without manufacturing or investing in manufacturing. Okay. And let's talk about licensing. Licensing, the benefits for the licensee is licensee gets since you are a manufacturer or a retailer, you get the retail acceptance of your brand. You have immediate consumer recognition because you have taken a license of a known licensor and then produced a certain product or a service. So you have that immediate, that brand's goodwill and the recognition is passed on to your brand's goodwill and a recognition. It also builds the brand credibility, and it also establishes a brand identity for you. Okay, so these are the two different ways where licensee and a licensor can be benefited out of the licensing agreement. On to the genres of licensing. Now there are multiple genres of licensing. Okay, one is arts and design licensing. We have character and entertainment licensing. We have celebrity licensing. We have corporate trademark and brand licensing. Then we have fashion licensing, sports licensing, arts licensing, automobiles licensing. So there is institutional licensing. So there is no bandwidth on which industry can do licensing. It falls under all the particular categories, or all the valid industries can get into the brand licensing medium. Now, each industry has their own licensing deals and own way of licensing, and which is also further segmented. If you want to know all of this more in detail, please hit on to our website, which is www.licensingcorner.com, and we do cover the articles such as Freaky Fridays and Tuesday trivias, where we mention this uh, at most current trending, the five tops and the listicles kind of articles, where we talk more in detail about what is licensing, how is licensing, who are the players who's doing it, and how do you exactly go about it. So that's it for today, guys. If you really like our content and you really want to understand more and more about licensing and how licensing happens in other categories of the businesses, please write it in the comment below so that we know as to what kind of product category would you be interested in knowing how the licensing is being done. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Licensing Corner, and visit our website, licensingcorner.com.